The outer colony of New Carthage was not a beautiful place. The buildings were old metal boxes placed on red dirt. Windstorms came every week. Dust covered everything. Most families there were miners or repair workers. They did not live easy lives. Among them was a 10-year-old boy named Liam Carter. Liam was small for his age, thin, quiet, but he had curious eyes. He liked to explore broken machines and crashed ships outside the colony walls. His mother always warned him not to go too far. "Stay near the fence," she would say. But that afternoon, the wind was calm, the sky was clear. And Liam saw something strange beyond the old mining fields. A silver shape half buried in sand. It was not human. It looked like a small alien escape pod. Liam's heart beat faster. Everyone knew that the alien empire lived far beyond this sector. They were powerful, strong, and not friendly. News reports always showed their warriors, tall figures in black armor, with glowing eyes and heavy weapons. No one expected to see one here. Liam slowly walked toward the pod. The metal was scratched, burned, smoke marks covered its side. One hatch door was open. Inside, something moved. Liam froze. For a second, he wanted to run, but then he heard it. A small sound, not a growl, not a threat. It sounded like crying, soft, weak, afraid. Liam swallowed his fear and stepped closer. Inside the pod sat a small alien child. Its skin was pale blue. Its eyes were large and dark. Its breathing was uneven. It looked no older than Liam. There was no armor, no weapon, no soldiers, just a scared child. The alien child looked up suddenly. Its eyes widened. It tried to crawl backward, pressing itself against the broken wall of the pod. It expected violence. Liam slowly raised both hands. "I'm not going to hurt you," he whispered. The alien did not understand his words, but it understood his tone. Liam looked around. No adults, no guards. Just the quiet wind. He remembered the news. The alien empire was strict, cold, always showing strength, never weakness. This child did not look strong. It looked hungry. Very slowly, Liam reached into his jacket pocket. If it had strength, maybe it would have attacked. But it was too weak. Liam pulled out something small and red. A plastic toy spaceship. It was scratched and faded. One wing was slightly broken. It had been his favorite toy since he was 5. His father had given it to him before leaving for deep space mining. Liam stared at it for a moment. Then he looked at the alien child. He slowly placed the toy on the ground between them. Then he stepped back. The alien child stared at the object. Confused, it tilted its head. Liam gave a small smile. "It flies," he said softly, moving his hand in the air like a ship. The alien child hesitated. It pulled it close to its chest. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then something changed. The alien child's expression softened. Its breathing slowed. It looked at Liam again, not with fear this time, but curiosity. And then, it made a small sound. Not crying, not warning. 2 children. Different worlds. Same moment. The wind suddenly shifted. A low vibration moved through the ground. Liam frowned. He looked up at the sky. Far above the clouds, tiny black dots were forming. At first, he thought they were birds. But this colony had no birds. The dots grew larger and larger. Then the colony alarm system exploded into sound. Red warning lights flashed across the distant buildings. A loud voice echoed from the security towers. Unknown fleet detected. Massive warp signatures confirmed. Its eyes widened, not in fear, in recognition. The black dots were now clearly visible. Warships, hundreds of them. They moved in perfect formation, blocking the sun. Shadows covered the colony. Liam stepped back slowly. He looked at the alien child. The alien child was clutching the red toy spaceship tightly. In the sky above New Carthage, more ships kept arriving. The colony scanners reported the number again and again. 500. Elite strike cruisers, all belonging to the alien warrior empire. People began screaming in the distance. Guards ran across the walls. Defense cannons powered up. And standing beside, a broken escape pod in the dust. A small human boy realized something terrifying. Very important. The alien child slowly stood up beside him. 500. Fierce warriors had come, not for war, but for the child. And they were ready to burn the colony to the ground to get it back. The sky above New Carthage did not just darken. It disappeared. 500 alien warships moved into position with perfect discipline. Not random. Not chaotic, organized, prepared, like hunters surrounding prey. The colony defense system tried to scan them. It failed. Every signal was blocked. Every frequency jammed. Activate shields, but the shield grid flickered weakly. This was a mining colony, not a military base. They had small cannons, old drones, nothing that could stop an Empire fleet. Above the clouds, the largest alien warship moved forward. It was massive. Its surface was dark metal with glowing red lines across it. Symbols burned along its hull, the mark of the Varkish Dominion, the most feared warrior civilization in that sector. Then something happened. All 500 ships powered their weapons at the same time. The sky turned red. Not firing, just charging, a warning. The message was clear. We can end you in 1 second. On the ground, panic spread fast. Parents grabbed their children. Workers ran toward underground shelters. Guards aimed their rifles at the sky, even though they knew it was useless. Liam stood frozen beside the alien child. The small blue alien looked upward calmly. Not scared, not surprised, almost waiting. Then the ground began to shake, not from orbit, from outside the colony walls. Liam turned toward the desert. The sand was moving. No, not moving. Opening. Massive shapes rose from beneath the... They had been hidden underground, sleeping, waiting. Now they were waking up. One by one, they rose from the sand in a perfect circle around the colony. This was a full military operation. The alien child suddenly grabbed Liam's sleeve. Its grip was small but strong. It pointed toward the largest dropship landing near the colony gate. The ship touched the ground with a deep thunder sound. Dust exploded outward. The main ramp lowered slowly. Heavy metal footsteps echoed inside. Then he appeared, the commander. He was over 8 feet tall. His armor was dark and heavy, covered in battle marks. A long energy blade rested on his back. His helmet had glowing red eyes that scanned everything. Behind him, hundreds of elite alien warriors marched out. Perfect formation. Perfect silence. No shouting, no wasted movement. The colony defense guards aimed their rifles. Their hands were shaking. The commander stopped 20 meters from the colony gate. He did not raise his weapon. Instead, he pressed a device on his armor. Translated instantly into human language. Silence followed. The governor stepped forward onto the defense wall, trying to look brave. "We do not know what you are talking about," he shouted. Then one of the alien soldiers activated a hologram. Same large black eyes, same small body. Liam looked down slowly at the child beside him. The alien child looked back at him. Still, holding the red toy spaceship, the commander spoke again. "Our royal blood was taken from this world. If the heir is harmed..." He did not finish the sentence. He did not need to. The charging sound grew louder. The ground vibrated under everyone's feet. Inside the colony, fear turned into anger. People began whispering, "Who brought it here? Who hid it? This is their fault." Security teams began searching house by house. Liam felt cold fear in his stomach. He looked at the alien child. It did not look angry. It did not look violent. It looked worried for him. The alien child slowly stepped forward. Toward the colony gate, toward the commander. Liam grabbed its arm. "Wait," he whispered. The child looked at him, then gently pulled free. Outside the walls, 500 warriors waited. Weapons ready, engines hot. The commander lifted one hand. Not in attack, in respect. The colony gasped. The alien child was not just important, it was sacred. And now it was walking toward the most dangerous army in the galaxy, with a human toy in its hands. And Liam realized something terrifying. If the warriors believed humans had hurt their prince, nothing on this planet would survive the next minute. The desert wind stopped. Even the dust in the air seemed frozen. 500 alien warriors remained on one knee outside the colony walls. Their weapons were still active. Their ships were still charged. But no one moved. The small blue alien child walked slowly toward the open colony gate. Liam followed a few steps. Behind, his legs felt heavy. The colony guards shouted at him to stop, but he did not. He could not leave the child alone now. The massive commander watched them approach. His red visor scanned the scene. First the child. The commander's voice came again, deep and calm. "Royal Heir, report." The alien child stopped walking. It looked back at Liam. Then it stepped forward and stood directly in front of the commander. The soldiers lowered their heads deeper. The commander removed his helmet slowly. Gasps spread across the colony wall. His face was not cruel. It was scarred. Old battle wounds crossed his blue-gray skin. His eyes were sharp and ancient. He knelt lower than before. "Your disappearance has dishonored the Dominion," he said. The alien child made soft sounds in its own language, quick, emotional. The commander's expression changed. He turned, his eyes toward Liam. His stare felt like heavy stone. "You," the commander said. Liam swallowed. He stepped forward, small, human, unarmed. The commander stood up to his full height. "You were last seen near our Heir's crash site," he said, "by Dominion law. Proximity to royal blood during weakness is considered a claim of challenge." The colony did not understand, but the alien soldiers did. Their armor lights shifted from red to deep orange. The commander continued, "If you approach the Heir while unguarded." A wave of fear hit the colony wall. The governor shouted, "He's just a child," but the commander ignored him. Liam looked confused. "I didn't challenge anyone," he said quietly. The alien child stepped between Liam and the commander. The commander listened carefully. His eyes narrowed. "You gave a gift?" he asked. Liam nodded slowly. "Yes." The commander stared at the toy. Among the warriors, whispers began. Gift-giving in their culture was rare, especially to royalty. The commander spoke to his soldiers in their language. They answered in low, serious tones. Then he turned back to Liam. "In Dominion tradition," he said slowly, "when one gives a gift to royal blood during weakness, it is seen as a pledge of protection." The colony grew silent. The alien child reached out and grabbed Liam's hand, small fingers holding tight. The commander's voice became heavier. "If you pledge protection to the Heir, then by our law, you stand as guardian." The word echoed strangely in the air. Guardian. The alien soldiers slowly stood up. Not aggressive, but alert. "Guardians must prove strength," the commander continued. "Not in violence, in courage." The sky above flickered. One of the massive warships moved slightly lower. The shadow deepened. The commander activated a small device. A circular field of light formed around him and Liam. Energy shimmered like heat waves. "No weapons," the commander said. "No combat, only the eye of judgment." Liam's heart pounded loudly in his ears. "What is that?" he whispered. Very close. Close enough for Liam to see every scar on his face. "In our empire," the commander said, "a guardian must stand before the strongest warrior and not look away. If you break eye contact, the pledge is false, and the Dominion answers false pledges with destruction." The colony wall erupted in shouting. "This is madness. He's 10 years old." The commander did not react. 500 alien warriors now stood completely still, watching. Above them, 500 warships aimed downward. Liam felt fear rising inside him. Real fear. His hands were shaking. His legs felt weak. The commander's eyes began to glow. Faintly, a low pressure filled the air. The eye of judgment had begun. Liam wanted to look down. He wanted to run back home. He wanted his mother. But then he felt something small move beside him. The alien child stepped next to him, still holding the red toy. Its dark eyes looked up at Liam, not scared, trusting. That trust hit Liam harder. Then fear. He slowly lifted his chin. He looked directly into the commander's glowing eyes. The pressure increased. It felt like the air was pushing against him, like gravity had doubled. Sweat rolled down his forehead. His vision blurred slightly, but he did not blink. He did not step back. The commander increased the intensity. But Liam stayed, small, shaking, standing. Seconds passed. Then more seconds. The alien soldiers began whispering again. Not doubt, respect. The commander suddenly stopped. The pressure vanished. The energy circle faded. He looked down at Liam, then slowly. He stepped back first. A ripple moved through the alien ranks. 500 warriors dropped their weapons to their sides at the same time. Not in surrender, in recognition. The commander spoke loudly enough for both species to hear. "The pledge stands. This human has the heart of a guardian." The alien child smiled softly, still holding the small red toy spaceship, but high above the colony. The 500 warships did not power down. Not yet, because something else was approaching through deep space. And the Dominion fleet had not come alone. The desert was silent. The eye of judgment had ended. Liam was still standing. The alien commander had stepped back first. That alone changed everything. 500 warriors now looked at a small human boy with respect. But the warships in orbit were still active. Weapons charged, engines hot. The commander lifted his wrist device. A hologram appeared in the air between him and Liam. At first, it showed space above the planet. Then something moved at the edge of the image. Dark shapes, fast, too fast. The commander's voice turned serious. They followed. The alien child's eyes widened. It spoke quickly in fear. The commander nodded once. "Yes." The governor shouted from the wall. "What is happening?" Now everyone could see it clearly. Behind the 500 Dominion ships, another fleet was emerging from warp. These ships were different, sharp, thin, almost skeletal. Their surfaces were black with green energy veins glowing across them. They did not move in formation. They moved like predators. The commander spoke one word, "Kareth." Even the alien soldiers shifted uneasily. Liam looked up at the sky. The dark shapes were becoming visible to the naked eye now. More ships, dozens, maybe hundreds. The commander turned toward the colony. "You said you came for the child." "We did." The commander answered, "But the Kareth hunt royal blood." The Heir's escape pod was attacked in deep space. They tracked the signal, and when we followed the Heir here, they followed us. The truth hit like a shockwave. The alien empire did not come to attack the colony. They came to protect their prince. But now another enemy had arrived. And this enemy did not care about humans. The sky flashed bright green. A beam of energy shot down from orbit. Not at the colony, at one of the Dominion ships. The explosion lit the clouds. One of the 500 warships was destroyed instantly. The Dominion fleet broke formation. Weapons fired upward. Red beams and green beams crossed in the sky. Shockwaves rolled through the atmosphere. The colony alarms screamed again. People ran for shelters. The commander did not move. He watched the sky like a general who had seen too many wars. Another Dominion ship exploded. The Kareth fleet was attacking without warning. No communication, no demands. Just destruction. The commander pressed his device again. All alien warriors outside the colony moved instantly. Half of them turned outward, forming defensive lines facing the desert. The governor blinked in shock. "You are defending us?" he asked. The commander did not look at him. "The Heir stands here," he said simply. "Where the Heir stands, we defend." Another green beam struck the desert 5 kilometers away. The ground shook violently. A Kareth dropship pierced through the clouds. It crashed into the sand beyond the colony perimeter. Its small body was shaking now. Fear. Real fear. The commander looked down at Liam. "You wish to protect the Heir," he said. "Your trial has expanded." Liam swallowed hard. He looked at the alien child, then at the burning sky. He was just a boy. But he understood one thing clearly. If the Kareth reached the ground, they would not care about royal blood. They would not care about colonies. They would wipe everything out. The first Kareth ground troops emerged from their crashed dropship. Tall, thin, armor like bone, weapons glowing green. They moved fast, too fast for normal soldiers. The Dominion warriors formed a defensive wall between the colony and the approaching enemy. Energy shields flared to life. The commander activated his blade. A red energy edge hummed into existence. He turned once more to Liam. "You have courage," he said. "Now you will see war." Above them, the sky burned, with red and green light, still holding the hand of a prince, and somewhere deep inside the chaos, the Kareth fleet changed direction. Not toward the Dominion ships, not toward the colony, but scanning, searching for something specific, for the red toy spaceship in the alien child's hands. This was never about the Heir, it was about what the Heir carried when he crashed, and whatever it was. It was now in the hands of a human child. The sky above New Carthage was burning. Red Dominion beams and green Kareth energy weapons crossed like lightning storms. Explosions shook the clouds, but on the ground, something strange was happening. The Kareth troops were not attacking the colony directly. They were scanning. Their helmets flashed with green light. Their weapons emitted thin beams that moved across the desert like searching lines. The commander noticed it first. "They are locating," he said. Another Kareth dropship crashed behind the dunes. More of the tall, bone-armored soldiers emerged. But they did not rush forward. They were focused, precise, looking for something. The alien child tightened its grip on Liam's hand. Its breathing became faster. Its eyes kept moving between the sky and the red toy spaceship. Liam looked down at the toy. It was simple plastic, old, broken wing. Nothing special, or so he thought. Suddenly, the toy began to vibrate, very slightly. Liam frowned. He felt a soft humming in his palm. The alien child noticed too. It looked terrified. The toy's small plastic windows began glowing faint blue. Not bright, but clearly not normal. Liam whispered, "What is happening?" The commander saw it. His eyes widened for the first time since landing. He stepped closer quickly. "Where? Did you get that object?" he demanded. The screen flashed red. Energy readings spiked. The commander's voice lowered. "That is not a toy." Liam's heart stopped. "What do you mean?" The alien child suddenly stepped forward and touched a small scratch near the broken wing. The plastic surface shifted. A hidden layer opened silently. Inside the red toy spaceship was a small crystal core. Glowing bright blue now, the commander inhaled sharply. "Quantum Royal Beacon," he said. The governor shouted from the wall. When the Heir's escape pod was attacked, the Royal Beacon was separated. It hides inside ordinary objects to prevent enemy tracking. The desert went quiet for a second. Then everything became clear. The Kareth were not hunting the child. They were hunting the beacon, and it was inside Liam's toy. The toy his father gave him, the toy he had owned for years. Liam felt dizzy. "How did it get there?" he whispered. The commander's eyes became sharp again. "The beacon activates when near royal blood. It must have bonded to your object during contact." The alien child nodded slowly. It looked guilty. The toy vibrated harder now. Blue light pulsed stronger. Above them, several Kareth ships shifted direction instantly. Their scanners locked on. The commander shouted to his warriors, "Shield formation Delta." Dominion. Soldiers moved quickly around Liam and the alien child. Energy barriers formed in a circle. The commander looked down at Liam. "Listen carefully. That beacon is a key. A key to Dominion military gates, command codes, and fleet control. If the Kareth take it, they gain access to our empire's heart." Liam stared at the glowing crystal. His small hands were shaking. "So they don't want him?" Liam said softly. "They want this." The commander nodded once. "And now it is linked to you." As if hearing those words, the toy suddenly projected a holographic map into the air. Strange star systems appeared, coordinates, military symbols. The Kareth fleet reacted instantly. 3 warships broke away from combat and aimed directly at the colony. Green energy began charging. The governor screamed, "Incoming orbital!" "Strike!" The Dominion fleet tried to intercept. But they were out of position. The commander made a fast decision. He looked at Liam. "Can you run?" Liam blinked. "Yes." The commander deactivated part of the shield circle. "You must reach the underground mining tunnels. They are shielded from orbital scans." The alien child grabbed Liam's arm. The toy pulsed brighter. The Kareth ships fired. 3 massive green beams shot toward the colony. Dominion ships intercepted 2 of them. The 3rd beam broke. Through. The commander raised his blade and slammed it into the ground. A red energy wall rose upward just in time. The beam struck the shield and exploded. The shockwave threw sand and metal everywhere. Liam fell to one knee. The alien child held onto him tightly. The commander turned and shouted, "Go!" Without thinking, Liam grabbed the alien child's hand and started running toward the colony gate. Dominion warriors formed a moving wall. Around them, Kareth ground troops began advancing faster now. They had confirmed the beacon's location. The toy vibrated violently, its blue light flashing like a heartbeat. Inside the hologram, new coordinates appeared. Not Dominion, not Kareth. Unknown. The commander saw it. His voice became darker. "That is impossible." Liam did not hear him. He was running through dust and fear, holding the hand of a royal alien child, holding a toy that was no longer a toy. Above them, fleets clashed. Below them, soldiers fought. And deep inside the glowing crystal, something else had awakened. Something older than both empires. And it had just locked onto Liam Carter's ZNA. The underground mining tunnels were dark and cold. Old metal walls. Broken lights. Long empty corridors. Liam and the alien child ran deeper inside. Behind them, Dominion warriors sealed the entrance with portable shields. Explosions shook the ground. Above, dust fell from the ceiling. But inside the tunnel, there was strange silence. The red toy in Liam's hand was no longer red. The plastic shell had melted away. Only the blue crystal core remained. It floated slightly above his palm now, spinning slowly. The alien child stared at it with wide eyes. The crystal suddenly flashed bright. A wave of energy passed through the tunnel. Every old machine turned on at once. Lights flickered to life. Screens activated. Old mining robots stood upright after years of being dead. Liam gasped. "I didn't do that," he whispered. The crystal pulsed again. This time, a voice echoed in the tunnel. Not loud. But everywhere. Not male, not female. Khan, ancient, guardian recognized. Liam froze. The alien child looked around in confusion. The minion commander entered the tunnel. Quickly, 2 soldiers followed him. He stopped when he saw the floating crystal. His face went pale. "That is not a royal beacon," he said slowly. The voice spoke again. "Dominion access denied." The commander tried scanning the crystal. His device shut down instantly. The alien child stepped closer to Liam. The crystal lowered slightly. Hovering between both children, symbols appeared in the air. Not Dominion symbols. Not single quotes. RETH. Older. Strange. The commander whispered one word. Precursor. Liam looked at him. "What does that mean?" The commander swallowed. "Before our empires, before recorded history, there were the precursors. They built the first stargates. They shaped early civilizations. Then they vanished." The crystal pulsed again. A full holographic map filled the tunnel. Hundreds of star systems connected by glowing lines. One system blinked red. The system above New Carthage. The ancient voice continued. "Trial incomplete. Guardian bond confirmed. Activation requires dual consent." Liam did not understand. The alien child slowly placed its small hand on the crystal. The blue light became brighter. The voice changed slightly. "Royal blood detected. Human guardian detected." The commander stepped back. "This is not possible," he said quietly. The ground shook violently. Above them, the Kareth fleet had stopped attacking randomly. They had formed a circle around the planet, not to destroy. To contain. The commander checked his scanner. His eyes widened. "They are waiting," he said, "for it to activate." Liam felt the crystal grow warm. Not painful, but powerful. "What is it going to do?" he asked. The voice answered, "Open gate." The hologram shifted. Below the colony, deep underground, a structure appeared. Huge. Hidden beneath kilometers of rock. An ancient stargate, dormant for thousands of years. The Dominion commander stepped closer to Liam. "If that gate opens, every empire will come." The alien child looked up at Liam. It was not scared anymore. It looked certain. The crystal suddenly shot a beam downward. The tunnel floor cracked. Energy traveled deep into the planet. Far below, something massive began to move. Ancient machines awakened. Across the planet's surface, strange symbols started glowing in the sand. The Kareth fleet reacted immediately. All ships powered weapons again. The Dominion fleet repositioned defensively. The commander looked at Liam one last time. "You are no longer protecting the prince," he said. "You are standing at the center of something older than war." The crystal rose higher, floating above both children now. The ancient voice spoke clearly. "Final phase beginning. Guardian must choose." Liam's heart pounded. "Choose what?" The hologram shifted again. 2 options appeared in glowing light. One path, close the gate forever. End precursor technology. Keep the galaxy divided. Second path, open the gate, reconnect ancient networks. Unite or destroy the empires. The alien child squeezed Liam's hand. The commander stood silently. Above them, fleets waited. Below them, the ancient gate roared awake. And the crystal began counting down. Decision required. The tunnel was shaking. Dust fell from the ceiling. Deep below the planet, The ancient stargate roared like a waking giant. The crystal floated above. Liam and the alien prince. Blue light filled the tunnel. The ancient voice echoed again. Guardian must choose. Open or seal. Above the planet, 500 Dominion warships waited. The Kareth fleet surrounded them in a wide circle, weapons charged. If the gate opened, every empire in the sector would detect it. A new war would begin, the Dominion. Commander stepped closer. If you open it, he said calmly, the galaxy will change forever. If you seal it, the knowledge of the precursors dies with this planet. Liam looked at the alien child. The prince looked back at him. No fear, only trust. Liam closed his eyes for a moment. He thought about something simple when he gave the toy. He did not think about empires. He did not think about war. He saw someone. Lonely. And he chose kindness. Now the galaxy was asking him to choose. Again. The crystal began flashing faster. Decision required. Liam opened his eyes. He looked at the commander. Your empire fights the Kareth every year, right? Yes, the commander answered. Many die. Yes. Liam looked at the hologram of the ancient network. What if the gate does not bring war? The commander said nothing. What if it shows everyone that there was something before us? Something bigger. The alien prince placed both hands on the crystal. Liam did the same. The voice changed tone. Dual consent detected. Guardian. Decision? Liam took a deep breath. Open it, he said. The commander's eyes widened slightly. The countdown stopped. The crystal exploded with blue light. Shockwave traveled deep underground. Then silence. For 3 seconds. Nothing happened. Above the planet. Both fleets held position. Then space itself bent, not violently, not like a weapon. A ring of light formed in orbit above. New Carthage. Huge. Beautiful. Ancient symbols appeared across its surface. The precursor gate had opened, but no army came through. No invasion. Instead a signal. Broadcast. It spread across every system connected to the old network. Images filled the screens of Dominion ships, Kareth ships. Every vessel in range. A message from the precursors. Not words. Memories. They showed civilizations destroying each other again and again. They showed empires rising, falling, repeating the same mistakes. And then they showed something different. Small moments, kindness between enemies. Protection of the weak. Cooperation. The ancient voice echoed across space. Evolution requires unity. Guardian action recorded. On every Kareth ship. Weapons powered down automatically. Dominion ships lost target locks. The gate was controlling battlefield systems through ancient codes. The commander stared at his tactical display. We cannot fire, he whispered. Kareth fleet could not fire either. The gate had overridden both empires. The alien prince looked up at Liam with quiet wonder. The crystal slowly lowered back into Liam's hands. Its light softened. The voice spoke one final time. Guardian. Acknowledged. Humanity recorded. Network remains open under shared command. Then the gate stabilized. It did not collapse. It remained in orbit. Active. Peacefully glowing. The Kareth fleet slowly pulled back. Not defeated. Not destroyed. But silent. The Dominion commander removed his helmet. He looked at Liam. Differently now. Not as a brave child. Not as a guardian. But as something else. You opened a path neither empire could control, he said quietly. You forced us to look beyond war. The prince smiled softly, still holding the memory of a simple red toy spaceship. Hours later, the fleets withdrew. Not in victory. Not in defeat. But in uncertainty. News of the gate spread across the sector. Historians called it the Second Dawn. Dominion declared a temporary ceasefire. The Kareth requested diplomatic channels for the first time in 2 centuries. And in the center of it all, a human boy returned home. Tired. Dust covered. Still small, but now known across 2 empires. Not as a warrior, not as a conqueror, but as the first human guardian, years later. The story would be told in many systems. How 500 fierce warriors came to a small colony, how war almost began, and how a simple act of kindness, a toy given to a lonely child, opened the oldest gate in the galaxy. And changed everything.